Hi, I'm Rob Robertson, and we're talking about building inner trust. This is a fascinating conversation because of the stress that's increasing at the moment, and there's a bit of a two streams. There's those that are feeling more stressed and those that are feeling more trusting. What we want to talk about today is trust. One of the fundamental things for me is getting out of the head and really feeling and sensing. When I was Mr. Positive in the head and turning everything to positive, I was very linear and logical. And when you're in the head, you can't really have an instant trust and knowing. You have a processing and a thought, and that's being in the head. And then over time, as I've dropped into doing a lot of emotional work and really connecting and feeling okay, then the self-esteem has grown at the heart level and increased trust to the stage where you just have a sense or a knowing, and you almost feel like you can predict the future. And that is the magic of trust. And for me, that is what it's all about, is just being driven by passion and purpose, knowing what your journey is, knowing what you're good at, and just feeling and sensing what the future holds. That's my take on trust. It feels really good about what you're saying about just stepping into that trust and knowing, because it's a journey, I guess, for all of us, where we're not always in that place where we trust everything. Oh, beautiful. That gets me excited thinking about the whole trust and the influence of our emotions, because it's our emotions that lead our thoughts. So if we want to quieten down the mental stuff, it's our inner emotions that are hidden in that iceberg you talk of. And we don't get what we want. We get what our unconscious stuff and our pain body provides us. So it's having an awareness on these tools to start looking at what's the same patterns. Like I used to always work for a boss that yelled at me. And that was because there was this pattern of abuse, or me not standing up to who I am and shining and being able to hold the space to not take that. Whatever the pattern is, you keep giving that. We get given the same relationship constantly until you start realizing it. And it's having those tools to start really looking at what's occurring and how our negative emotions are the biggest gifts we can ever have, because it's our negative emotions that are coming up. It's our pain body coming up to be released. But society and schools don't teach us that our negative emotions are useful and powerful stuff to release, to de-shit and let go. We get taught negative emotions are depression or whatever, anxiety and all these things. And we need to go to the doctor maybe and sort out these problem emotions. But when we see emotions as a simple feedback tool to release and to get rid of our stuff, that's when we start changing our whole ability to be free, because our whole body wants to heal, and our emotions and our path, we want to be free and flowing. And it's all about just learning the different techniques in this toolkit to be able to release the stuff we don't need and have more of this passion and purpose. And what we talk about also with the one-page plan is tuning into the emotions that drive our passion and our purpose. So it's our purpose which drives our actions, and it's our vision of what's possible, and that's the big picture that drives us. And so when we're really on a one-page plan, really clear about what our purpose is, and we do that in our retreat, do it with our clients, of course, in coaching as well, as if we're really clear about what drives us and our purpose and our vision where we're going, then that's what gets us out of bed in the mornings, and that's the driver. And then as negative emotions come up, we have the toolkit to embrace them, enjoy them, and release them. And it's that freedom of that journey to be on track and be driven, feeling unstoppable. And for me, that is the big thing. I have a lot of days where I feel that negative stuff and I don't feel great, but that is what I embrace, even though it's not fun when you're not feeling great and a whole lot of negative stuff's coming up. It's not fun at the time, but if you frame it and know that that's just a form of healing to release our pain body, then you embrace it. And while it's not necessarily fun, you know it's releasing and debagagizing and getting rid of stuff so that we can then be free inside and really connect to source and be part of the flow. Because nothing's an accident, it's everything's connected, and it's just a matter of releasing our stuff and being empowered to know how to do that, to feel on track and be driven. And that's what the magic is to be. And really good emotional fitness is about being able to experience the full array of emotions. So you're completely fine with anxiety, completely fine with negative stuff that's happening, but know that that's all part of releasing our stuff and having the toolkit to release it and grow from it and have that as a real opportunity. So that's what I love, is talking about the emotions, because emotion stands for energy and motion, and everything's connected in the world. Every proton and neutron has an influence on some, maybe subtle influence on everything else in the world. So if we can logically try and look at that and understand it, and we're not going to get very far apart from we're going to get increased stress, confusion, and a lot of the stuff that's happening with higher stress levels. But our heart is our biggest powerful mechanism for feeling, sensing, and it's that vibration of tuning in and feeling and being guided. As Tina talked about, it's that dropping into the letting it happen rather than the logical sort of, and society and family and parents say we have to do this. But when we really tune into what's right for us, that's when the magic happens, because we're on track for ourselves. So I've been on many retreats in this crusade to understand everything around emotions that I can. They're normally a retreat and they're a few days, and then you leave with connected to these amazing people and you go back into your old habits to some degree. But what we're doing with the retreat that the three of us are running, we're very proud of, as we have the magical 3 days over 2 nights, but it's a 6-week journey after that. It's the group coaching, and there's 10 different modules via video, which you do in that 6 weeks, and you share the journey. So you're in this special family of people that you've spent the 3 days with or 2 nights with at Stargate Forest. So it's that journey rather than just a 3 days, which we're really proud of, because I don't know that other people are doing this in retreats, because what it's about is helping people build that trust, refocus, reset, and just allow it to be and be in flow. And that's the magic. And that's what I get excited about, because of me personally, from the anxiety and low self-esteem that I discovered by going to emotions, to what it feels like to just have a sense and knowing. And that is what the magic of life is. That's still a bit new, but that is what is so invigorating, to help people be on that journey every 2 weeks after the retreat, to really see how everybody's going. And really, in this space, it's about really being vulnerable and true, because if we're able to take responsibility and be honest with ourselves and front up, that's when we get massive realizations of how we can change, because we take responsibility for ourselves. And that's the beauty of this journey. It's not 3 days, it's 6 weeks. So have turns at facilitating different things. The prime thing that I get really excited about is emotional fitness, and we guiding you through the toolkit of emotional fitness and looking individually at where you're at. And as well as that, there is looking at the energy that drives actions. There's things like the energy enriching and doing these different exercises, as well as that it's using the 1-page plan. So the 1-page plan is the emotions that drive our actions. And if we tune in, and it's something you can do on your smartphone, and we'll do that to really dream about anything that's possible. So when you're really clear about where you're going, why you're going, and then over the 6 weeks, it's whatever comes up is part of that releasing and refreshing and refocusing. It's releasing our stuff, our baggage, and that's a key part of the journey. And we all do it. Most days are releasing stuff and letting out emotion, and that's the exciting thing. Once we really get empowered with the tools to do it, you feel like you can handle anything, whatever is needed for you to help clear blocks and move through in that 6-week journey. Then we're committed to helping you, because the magic happens when we get out of the road and let it happen. And so that's what I love and really looking forward to with this group, as the new family of people. But what we want to share is some proven tools that make that journey so much more beautiful along the ups and downs of reality. And the truth of being a human is that we have all sorts of emotions, but it's knowing how to use our emotions to benefit us and not hide from negative emotions and embrace it. So that's the beautiful thing as we all learn on this journey, and it's doing it together is the thing that I love. That's the thing that I love about these retreats, is the ability to have a real connections with people and know the view from Stargate. Oh, have we done the tidy up around here?
Well, we are about to find out.
Yeah. Oh, that's about as far as we can get if we go, or let's we'll have a quick preview of the table. We're spending a bit of time on there, and anybody that's joined us on this journey online. So thank you, everybody. A big signing off from Stargate from us, and we're looking forward to connecting with you all again soon. And thank you, team.